going on, everybody? I'm DJ McCrea, Track Camp ENT, and today, Dev, I got my partner,
At
MDMA Swang, in the building,
Swang.
and we're gonna talk about a few things because I've been waiting to interview this guy. Very interesting music, dope stuff. Yeah. So, Swang, first question: How tell people about yourself. Just fill everybody in because I know I pretty much know the story and stuff.
Okay. My name is Young Swang, man. It ain't always been Swang, man. My first name is Deontay. That's what I was going by for a little minute. My name is Deontay Swang, but sometimes I call myself Deontay. Sometimes I call myself Swang, man. But I'm a producer, an artist, and a songwriter, man. I've been doing music for my whole entire life. Um, I signed my first deal in 2011, which I did a publishing deal with Universal, which was for producing and writing. But I've been doing my artist thing forever, man. But yeah, man, I've been doing music my whole entire life, man, and I'm not stopping anytime soon. And it's a beat fucking around, yeah. But yeah, my name is real, bro. It's a beat. I fuck with you,
Yeah,
bro.
it's too cold out there for these bees to be coming out of nowhere, man. Georgia got that shaky weather, so
Yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, my name is Young Swain, man, and I pretty much, man, music is my life, and that's all I pretty much do, man. And I've been blessed. I've been blessed to do a couple cool things, man. I'm signed to Polo the Don, um, and Epic Records as well. I did the deal with Polo the Don in 2011. I did my Epic deal in 2014. Um,
is Surf Club still over there damn it, man, Polo
yeah. You said who?
Surf Club, Chasing
No,
Cash.
no, no. They still homies and all that. As far as I know, I never got involved into what they had going on, man. I'm also, you know what I mean. I did a group situation called MDMA, man. And one of my boys, Chili Chill, was actually one of the pioneers of Surf Club. He was one of the originators with Hit Boy and all of them. But that was a couple years ago, man. They was doing their thing. I'd say I'm not exactly sure, but from like 2000, maybe 2006, they it was a different time when they was doing their thing, man. A lot of those guys, like I said, Hit Boy doing his thing, man. A lot of those guys are doing his thing. So it's not necessarily that, they don't really mess with each other or they're not with each other because it's something going on. It's just, they graduated. They have grown. So, Hit Boy got his own things that he's doing. You know what I mean? Um, so
That's
yeah,
all good. I see the B now. I just saw
I
he.
can get it. Yeah,
Nah,
I
he
have.
flew in front of you.
Yeah, it's right. It's on me, man. I have. Hold on, man. Damn, man. Yeah,
He
but
just messed up your cool.
fuck,
Nah.
he just came in the car, bro. I see him. Fucking with me, man. My homeboy just said a B in the car. You feel me? I ain't lying to you. He fucking, but I'm doing an interview and I got my phone on the charger, so I'm a real nigga and I'm staying right here. He got to sting a nigga. So, but yeah, man, yeah, man. They just graduated, man. They grew, man. They on and they moving on, man, and they doing their thing, man. They always got that relationship with Polo, as far as I'm concerned, man.
Word,
I
word.
never really got to know those guys. When I came into the picture with Polo, um, they was already gone. You know what I mean? Hit Boy started doing his thing, and he's busy. You know what I mean? He started producing and stuff, so he got to do his thing. He got to travel the world and do stuff like that. So when I came into the picture, you know what I mean? Polo's a good dude, man. That's my brother, man. He only want to see you grow. You know what I mean? He's not here to start. He's not here to stunt nobody growth. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they grew. You know what I
Mm.
mean? He started them off just like he started me off. And they out here doing their thing, man. It's nothing personal. It's nothing
Yeah.
about that. But I never got a chance to work with them and stuff like that. But everything good though. You know what I mean? Everything good, man.
Yeah.
Uh, you
So
know,
so how did you and TM88 hook up to do the song Paparazzi and Thunder?
okay. So I met TM, man. Probably I would say about maybe like a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, man. Like how I met TM and them, like I always knew about 808 Mafia and I always wanted to work with them and stuff like that because I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I mean? TM is from Miami, but 808 Mafia is they reside. They don't. Everybody not in Atlanta, but a lot of those guys are from Georgia. They may
Yeah.
not be Atlanta, but I had been in Atlanta, man. I was at the studio. Me and Polo, and we were working at the studio. And one day I walked into the studio, man. It was crazy because I had been listening to 808 Mafia. I've been listening to it forever, but I had been listening to, they've been getting hot for like, they've been hot. But you know, they've been really on the scene for like the past year and a half. You know, they've been hitting the scene like super hard. You know, like singles and stuff like that. And they always been on that. Don't get it twisted. They always been doing their thing. But for the people, you know, musicians always recognize them, and you know, they always realize what was going on. But they just really started getting on, and not necessarily because they work. You know, like I said, TM and them, they're actual public figures now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ambassadors, they're pretty much now. I look at them as the new Dre and Timbo kind of.
Yeah, man.
Because that's what it really is at the Central. Because you see, you got Metro. He's EP. He's an executive producer of stuff. TM88's everywhere. Southside, hell, Southside is actually almost killing the game and rapping. Essentially,
man. Exactly, man. You know, so and like I said, I mean, if you haven't heard this before, I'm sure everybody has heard this, but it really does matter, man. And it really is not. It's not no BS, man. Timing is everything. You know what I mean? And you know, they just got their time finally. So you know, they have been hitting different studios, and you know, a lot of people want to work with them. So I walked into the studio one day, man, and TM was in the kitchen, man. He was just chilling in the kitchen, just chilling. And TM is humble, bro. He really is, man. Like, regardless of what they got going on, those guys is humble, man. They really are. You know what I mean? They not on that Hollywood stuff, man. Regardless of, it might be hard to get in contact with them. A lot of people hit me up and they're like, I can't reach them guys. You know, I can't get in contact with none of that. You know what I mean?
Like, man, F that, I'm here. Let Swang do it.
Yeah, no, they do it, man. They really real humble, man. So I didn't know he was gonna be there or anything. I was just walking into the studio on a regular day. You know what I mean? I sleep in studios, man. I really do this music stuff, man. I mean, I wake up and sleep in studios whenever I can, man. You know, that's how Polo is. You know what I mean? And that's why I came up on it. So, you know, I had been coming to the studio on a regular day, and I walked into the studio and TM was in the kitchen. And when I first seen him, you know what I mean? When I first seen him, and you know, Propane was there, which is his manager, and the rest of those guys. You know what I mean? When I seen him, you know, I acknowledged him and I said, "What's up?" You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want to take up their time. You know, I got my own things going on. I know they got things going on, so I didn't really say too much. You know what I mean? But TM ended up staying there. You know, people don't be in the studio just for an hour or two. You know what I mean? You be in there all day, all night type shit. So after a couple hours go by, you know, I realized TM is still here. So I reach out to him, you know, literally I walked up to him in the studio and I introduced myself, you know what I'm saying? My name Young Swang, man. I know what y'all got going on. Y'all might not know what I got going on, but you know, it wasn't really trying to work with him. I just really wanted to introduce myself. You know what I mean? Like I always respect people that make it, man, and that make something out of themselves, because I know how hard it is. You know what I mean? So I just really wanted to walk up to him and like, you let him know, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of y'all boys. You know what I mean? I just wanted to let him know that. You know what I'm saying? And damn, it be fucking with me. And, that nigga was on my face, bro. But you know what I'm saying? I met him, I talked to him, man, and we ended up talking for a couple hours. And we did this song called what was that shit called? Damn, it was called Crash Dummy. I did this song when they released Sacii Life.
Oh,
I met Ethan and TM at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And that night, me and Ethan recorded Crash Dummy. You know what I mean? We just ended up chilling. After I finished talking to TM, you know what I mean? He was willing to come into my studio room. So when he came in the room, you know, I played him some of my stuff and what I had going on, you know, what I was working on. And he was feeling it. You know what I mean? And it wasn't really, me and TM relationship, really, it was never based off of music. We both knew that each other was talented equally, you know what I mean? But we just clicked as people, you know what I mean? Just what was going on in the industry, you know, some of the things we go through, we just related in a lot of ways, you know what I mean? So,
and like, in a way, well, I mean, all the stuff that y'all doing is real good, so, you know.
Yeah, it just came from the heart, man. All the music we put out, man, it's just us it just was us having a good time, man, and just enjoying ourselves and enjoying each other and doing what we do best, man. That was really all it was. Like,
so any advice to like the to the new and upcoming producers? Because you know I do the beat review video, and they was like, man, this dude Swang's beat is crazy. And what did they have to do to get their stuff, you know, rolling, their ball rolling? Because you know everybody there's different roles. Everybody's roads aren't the same. So what do you recommend that they do to get to where, you know, y'all are at on y'all music?
I'm gonna say one thing, man, and one thing only. I got one answer for that, man, and it's gonna sound cliche because everybody has heard it, but it's really what matters, man. only thing anybody need to do who want to do anything in life, regardless of it's music, acting, anything, man, is never give up, man. That's the only thing I did to get wherever I'm at in my life, man. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because you
Absolutely.
never know where you're going to end up. I didn't know that I was going to be doing an interview with you right now. It's only because I never gave up that I'm doing this interview with you. You know, understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain things in life that we can't explain and that you will never be able to explain. You know what I mean? You just have to have an open heart and have an open mind, and you can't close those things out. Don't close out the mystery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Work hard and let the other half of life do the rest for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People try to control everything and they want to know everything. You know what I mean? A lot of the stuff that I got involved with, I didn't know none of that was going to happen. You know what I mean? I come from a place, man. I'm from Atlanta, but I grew up an Army brat. My parents was in the Army. You know what I mean? So
Same here.
yeah, I grew up, man, traveling and having no friends. You know what I mean? I'm not supposed to be where I'm at, man. If you would have looked at my life at the time, you know what I mean? It's just that I never gave up, man. And that's the only thing I want anybody to know, whether you just starting out or whether you just getting back. You know, some people, they was doing music and they stopped for a minute. Just never give up, man. And when you never give up, you never know where you'll end up. You know
That is the best advice.
bro, because we never know. It's things that's gonna happen to me I have no idea about, and with everybody, you know what I mean? It's things that we just don't know everything, man, and it ain't for us to try to control. So the only thing you can control is what you can control, and what you can control is whether you give up or not. And that's the only thing that's gonna take you further than what you expect. You feel me? It ain't about, man. The only thing life is about is growth. And when you grow, naturally you win. You feel me? That's the biggest win in life is growth. You feel me? It ain't about being the best talent. I talk to a lot of young guys and I'm dope. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm dope. I know how to make beats. Don't worry about all of that. A lot of people can make beats. A lot of people can sing. A lot of people can rap.
Yeah, it's to me a lot of people kind of misconstrue or think like, and that's what the whole basis of the beat review videos is about.
Mm-hmm.
It's that, man, hey, everybody is dope.
Yeah,
so
man.
it's almost like a so what type thing now. It's like, you're dope. So what? What else?
Man. Everybody is talented in their own way. There ain't one person on earth that ain't talented at something. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about that, man. It's about your belief. It's about your faith and how hard you work at it, man. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, it's only going to be from you not giving up. Because if you give up, you might not get to that point. You know what I mean? Sometimes all you got to do is walk out the front door and your life will meet you there. But if you don't ever walk out the front door, like, man, when I was 17, I moved to LA. That's how I signed my deal in 2011. I didn't know I was going to get signed. I took a one-way. I was homeless for damn near a whole week. Polo called me that second week. I hit him up on Twitter, man. And I just, you know what I'm saying? Me and my homie Anonymous. And if anybody know about Anonymous, he been doing this thing. He did a Nicki Minaj Anaconda joint. You know what I'm saying? Me and him started. He got a lot of stuff going on with Empire. A lot of Empire joints, a lot of Empire beats are made from Anonymous. You know what I'm saying? That's my homie. And it just, man, we just didn't give up, man. Like, that was what it was. No matter how talented we was, man, that ain't what got us where we at. When Polo met me, he knew I wasn't finna walk out that studio. I met Polo the day I met Polo, I moved into his house. I'm talking real shit. He didn't know me from anything, but what he did know was what I wasn't gonna give up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what kept me around, man. He knew I was talented. Everybody talented. But we was in the studio with Chris Brown. So is he talented. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what kept me there was the fact that I was never going to give up. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that's going to take you where you want to get, man. People got their own views of everybody. They got their own views of everything. But they always understand a person that's not going to give up. You know what I'm saying? That's always understood. And that's
I appreciate you, Swang.
Man,
I really appreciate you doing this interview with me. It was an honor.
And this is the thing, bro. You never know what your effect is on somebody else. You know what I'm saying? As you, DJ Al McCree, you have an effect on me. You feel me? I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? You might not know it, but you never know what kind of effect you have on somebody. You know what I'm saying? And that's enough for you to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So, young guys, you never know. You never know. Even if you feel like you might not be where you want to be in your life at the time, somebody might be lower than you at the time and inspired, you know what I mean, by you. So once I start realizing that, it was enough for me to keep going, and that got me where I needed to get. You know what I mean? Me and you might be able to help each other somewhere further on in life. We might not be able to see it right now.
Yeah.
But you might get into the position, and then say I might call you like, man, all right, I'm in this position. You know what I mean? You never know, man.
Yeah, me, you and Mac, we're gonna get up, man. You know, we're gonna me and Mac, we collabing right now, trying to fill each other out on the production shit. You know, I'm working on an instrumental / artist album.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to ruin it, but you know it's going to drop on Halloween.
Yeah, no, it's all
And
good.
further joints on top of that, further than that.
Yeah, man. I
But
think we should too, man. You know what I mean? I think everybody should, man. I think that's a lot of things people missing, man. That collaboration, man. People are so for themselves that they want to do everything, and that's what me and TM with him was about. I expressed to him.
yeah, that's what
I,
I like about the new generation producers. The new generation
yeah,
producers are
man.
actually killing it because they're willing to
Yeah,
share credit in
man.
collaborations instead of it being like one person, and
Exactly.
then
I let
you may
TM and
find out.
I let TM and Ethan them know that, you know what I'm saying, I'm willing. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to take the back seat. Sometimes you ain't gotta always be that number one. You know what I mean? If you in a room with a whole bunch of stars, you still the shit. You feel me? Because some people not in that room at all. So even though you might not be the one getting all the attention, you still in the room. You know what I mean? And
Bet.
sometimes being in the room is what's gonna get you to be the star. So you know what I mean? Just chill out and
Yeah.
keep the faith, man. And you're gonna get there. I'm telling you. And everything I've ever done, I can't believe I'm working with those guys. You know what I mean? Still, I can't believe I signed that deal. I can't, you know what I mean? I never knew that, man. I never knew I was, I never knew. But
Trap camp.